excited to sit down with some of the Hoosier Heroes from the class of 2025 and learn more about their stories. So I'd love to start and go around, tell us who you are and what you race.
So I'm Swan and I race a dirt modified.
I'm Willie Mullins and I race the Arkham Barnard Series.
My name is Britt and I race a legend car in the semi-pro division.
My name is Tyler Allen and I race ATV TT.
Tyler, for you as an off-road racer, are your racing heroes in your discipline or in the wider motorsports arena?
I'd say the majority of them are within the sphere, but obviously, I mean, I still get, people from, motocross and NASCAR and sprint cars. I look up to it all. I mean, if it has four wheels and goes fast, I love it. So obviously, a lot of people have helped me out throughout my years of racing, so I always go back to them, but I love, Travis Pastrana, Ricky Carmichael, those kind of guys. I mean, those are who I looked up to from, a really young age. So yeah, pretty much everything.
Yeah? Emma, what about you?
I feel like I look up to a lot of the small track people that I've grown up to watch. Like, I really have a lot of respect for those kind of people that I just watched them working really hard to get where they are, and I have a lot of respect for that. I feel like the person I look up to the most is probably like Bubba Pollard and people in the pro late models and all that.
Nice.
Thank you.
What about you, Willie? Growing up, who were your racing heroes?
Growing up, hero John Force, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more of the elder statesman here, and you follow him and you watch him and his showmanship, right? And how he came from nothing to something. So I'm definitely always for him. But then, you get more into the modern day, you like to watch, somebody like a Ross Chastain break the mold in NASCAR, things like that. But definitely John Force was the first impression on me.
I love that answer. Kennedy, what about for you?
Yeah, I was definitely at a younger age. It'd be more the local guys like Mike Anderson, but now as I've grown up, it's definitely gotten bigger and wider to like Bobby Pierce, Tyler Erb, those big guys like that, Brandon Shepard, because I'm hoping to be just like them one day and follow their steps too. So yeah.
Nice. And everybody's journey is different. I know for you, Kennedy, you played softball growing up too, so it was like racing and softball. And those two sports are very different, but were there ways in which they were similar and that you leaned on both for each other?
In some ways, yes, but in other ways, very different. Definitely the leadership, because on a softball team, you have to have leadership, and I kind of took that into the racing world to so I could be more confident, and I feel like softball helped me learn the way of life through it, so yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge so far in your racing career, you think?
Just trying to just be good at what I do, because being a girl in a male-dominant sport, I feel, is a lot harder. You have to, I feel like I have to prove myself, and so it could be really mentally hard on you, but I think I'm getting there, I'm proving myself, and I'm getting a lot of respect from these guys, but that'd probably be the biggest part.
Would you echo those sentiments, Emma, as a female racer in a male-dominated sport?
Absolutely. She nailed everything perfectly. Everything she was saying, I'm like, that's it, that's it, yes, absolutely. And I feel so happy to see someone else kind of have that same thing. Started around the same age and went through the same things, and definitely awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You describe your family as a motorsports family. What were some of your first memories of racing?
So the first memories of racing I've had was growing up going to like Peach State, Gresham, and a lot of places like that while my dad pro truck raced. And then when his health started to get where he couldn't race anymore, he took on drivers. And I've grown up with so many different drivers winning snowball derbies left and right in the pro trucks with my dad, and started to finally want to get into it myself. And it was really cool, because then I started to later find out some really cool things about my family. Like, my mom was very involved with racing as well. She did a lot with Sonoya, the dirt track, and then she also interned and traveled with the ARCA series when she was a little bit younger, and did a lot of stuff with that. So both sides of my family were involved in racing, and it's really cool that they both get to be a part of this journey with me.
Yeah, as we talk about families and racing, Willie, your family's name is very familiar in the racing world, but despite that, you're still a small team.
Yes.
So what's the most difficult part about running a race team?
Having a job.
Yeah.
My job gets in the way, of doing what we're doing, but we have a small little business, and it's easy some days for me to slide out of there at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, try to get over there, and that's kind of program you could say we're on right now. I'm working till about 3 or 4, then go over to the race shop, putting this car together, and it's one of the good things. And I have a very close neighbor to my parents' house that comes over in the nights, and Daryl helps me put these cars together. And it's a struggle, but I wouldn't do it any other way.
On the flip side, how rewarding is it having a smaller family-run team and then going to the track and showing up and impressing people?
It's unbelievable, right? It's a win no matter what we do to a point. We put it on the pole last year at Daytona, and you do that, and then it's not even that we got recognized more. It's people know how serious you take it during the wintertime. We work on this car probably 3-4 months starting in September, putting it together, getting it ready for Daytona because we got one shot, right? You unload off the trailer and you get 15 minutes of practice, and you got to go try to put it on the pole.
Tyler, your race team is family run as well.
Yep.
Are some of the things that Willing's saying resounding with you? Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. I mean, just gives you that much more incentive to go out there and want to beat the bigger guys out there. And, I've had a couple weekends where my parents couldn't come or something, and I just decided, hey, I'm just going to throw the quad in the back of the truck, rip out there and see what we can do. And, a couple of those times I came home with the win. So, I mean, loading the quad back up into just a back of a truck and, pulling out, being the pro winner is a pretty cool feeling. So yeah, it just, makes it feel that much better when you got to put in that extra work.
You and your family have sacrificed so much to race. What at the end of the day makes it worth it? Is it the race wins, or is it just the fact that you are able to go out there and compete with other teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is just all the family time that we get together. I mean, if we didn't do this, I'd still see them obviously, but I mean, we wouldn't have all the weekends together that we get, and just the connection that you share when you pull into a racetrack together, especially when you're all working for the same goal, So yeah, I wouldn't really have it any other way.
Being older, you've raced for over 30 years. If you could go back and tell yourself one piece of advice when you were in your first year of racing, what would it be?
Soak it all in.
Okay.
Enjoy it.
So for our younger racers, do you guys feel like you're doing a good job of soaking it all in, enjoying it? What are you doing specifically to make sure that you're not letting these moments get away from you?
I feel like the biggest thing that I've done is I've always remained happy and grateful, and I always try to soak in every moment of it. I have enjoyed this journey so much, and I know that I'll continue to. And I feel like that I'm trying the best while I'm young to soak up as much information as I possibly can and just enjoy it. Really, I never had a sport, so having this has really been just life-changing, and I've enjoyed every aspect of motorsports. I have my hand in every single way I possibly can, and I've loved it.
For you, Tyler, what do you think you're doing to making sure you're embracing the opportunities you have racing?
I'll go a little different way.
Okay.
Me and my buddies that I've grown up racing with forever, we kind of started a little bit of a social media deal, kind of just posting pictures and videos and stuff. And I invested in a decent camera a couple of years ago, and just decided to start handing it out to people, whoever would be willing to take videos at the track, regardless of experience or not. And I'd get home and just plug the SD card in the computer and see what was there. And, anything is better than nothing. And then I look back on, a couple of years ago, or, I have stuff going back 10 years ago on GoPro now at this point. And, just to be able to go back and watch that stuff and relive everything in the moment again is really cool. So that's one thing, if you're just kind of coming up racing, just get a camera or something, because you'll really, love it,
Yeah. As we think about making a mark on our racing communities and the community at large, what do each of you hope you are leaving on your local community by what you do? Start with Tyler.
Just kind of just a mix of kind of everything we've talked about already. Just the drive to keep doing it, and it's not a glamorous life, but you just gotta put your nose down and just keep hitting the grindstone. So.
Emma?
I feel like the biggest thing is that even if it's not in racing, and this is for my community, is that no matter what you put forth effort into, just to keep pushing.
So talking about marks on communities and your racing legacy.
And we got to make sure we carry ourselves correctly, and we want to carry the Hoosier and General flag forward, because it's moving into the next generation. The next generation of kids growing up watching TV, you don't know where they're going to go but you want to make sure they have the option. Let's get them in motorsports. Let's get them proud to work on a car, to be part of a team. You know, and that's what we're building too, is we also are building community within teams and within series. So it's important that these young adults, you know, work hard, and hopefully they're in 30 years they're where I'm at now, you know, and little girls are looking up to these girls. So it's pretty cool to be where I am right now, and hopefully everybody can continue and everything gets stronger as the world goes on.
Kennedy, for you, what kind of mark are you hoping to leave on the motorsports world?
Yeah, definitely going back to like the female-based things, just in the male-dominant sport, it would just be that girls can do this even if you don't believe so, you can. And if you're willing to try and not give up, you will prove to yourself that you can, and be able to prove to other people that you can. And just being able to inspire not just only little girls, but just younger generations, so that they can come up to the sport too. And just like he said about being a role model, like I was once this little kid looking up, and now I'm having younger kids come and ask me like, they need advice. And I just being able to be their role model now, and just having, hopefully this gets bigger and other kids can join, and just to never give up and to keep dreaming.
I loved learning all about you guys. Congratulations on being a Hoosier Hero for 2025. So excited to see what the future brings for each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.